And then as soon as you found your place, just allow your eyes to close or your eye gaze to simply soften. And then breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Allowing your body to arrive in a place where it feels like you're melting. Probably not that hard to imagine. Just observing where your breath is going to, what parts of your body are expanding. What parts of your body can you let go of? Or maybe even what parts of your body do you feel that you need to let go of? Making these few observations about yourself right now just gives you a little bit of information and feedback on what maybe you should set your focus and intention on. Do you feel like you need to gain a little bit more relaxation? Do you feel like you need to give your muscles some tender loving care? Or do you feel the opposite and maybe you need to make your muscles work a little bit harder today? Maybe it's all about mindset. There's no right or there's no wrong answer. Bringing your attention back into your physical body. And then slowly drawing your knees in towards your chest and giving them a hug. Now you can keep observing yourself the whole time that we practice. If you're seated, lay yourself down. Or you can just zone out and listen and move. The choice is really up to you. But here, let go of the clasp on your legs and let your arms rest out to the sides so they're out of the way of your legs. And then allow your hips to roll side to side. Lowering knees down towards the ground. Or maybe they don't want to go down towards the ground just yet if your back's a little bit stiff. if you'd rather place your feet onto the floor and do the same action, then you're welcome to do that as well. Shoulder blades stay grounded to the floor. Then lower your thighs all the way down to the ground on one side. And as you do, lift the opposite shoulder off the ground. Stack your knees fully over one another. So maybe create a little pillow underneath your head with the bottom arm. And then the other arm is going to lift up and over towards the other side, taking that shoulder and that part of your torso with it. And then come back, bring the hand back down to the floor in front of your chest, and then over. So you're going to do this 5 times. The whole time not letting your legs move. So you're just going to gently squeeze your inner thighs together, maybe squeeze the ankles together. Your eye gaze can roll with the hand and just look over if you wish. Oh, that feels really nice, doesn't it? After the 5th one, you're going to then find your foot or the ankle just in front of the shin or wherever you wish. Or if you can't quite reach it, maybe wrap something around your foot and just find a gentle stretch through the front of your thigh. Gently squeeze your bum a little and edge your hip forwards. And you're going to let go, pull the knee up towards the chest until you feel a little stretch in the glute. And then let the leg go back and behind into the quad stretch again. So you can slide your hand up and down the leg. If you need to, or if it gives you cramp at any point, you can take your leg a little bit wider to grab hold of that ankle and then drop the knee down for the stretch. So this whole time, just dynamically moving. Maybe pulling the leg a little bit around each time. And then on this one, you're going to stay there, hook the heel of the bottom leg onto the top of the knee, well not on the knee, but on the thigh just above the knee. If you wish to, you don't have to, you can keep the bottom leg down for a little stability. You can just guide it back a little bit further. Kick the ankle into the hands a little, just to feel a little extra activation through the front of the thigh. And then gently release the contraction, release the bottom foot. You're going to let go of the ankle. You can bring your hand to the side if you wish, or I quite like putting my hand behind my head sometimes. I'm just going to circle the leg. So it's like you're drawing a circle with your knee. As you take the leg back, you're internally rotating. As you come forwards and open, you externally rotate out of it. Otherwise, you just kind of fall over. But if you imagine that your bone is moving around the socket of your hip, so that's where that action is coming from. You can make this smaller if that feels better for your body. Nice. And then we're going to roll onto your back. Cross that leg that was moving, the right leg, maybe, above the opposite knee, or on the knee. Reach through, grab hold of the back of the thigh, and then just gently pull that in towards you, using your elbow just to guide that knee out a little bit more, or you can use your hand if you wish. Let's have a little rock from side to side. if you need a little bit more, take your hand on front of the shin so you can pull the leg closer to you. It does restrict the rotation that you can make to one side, but it doesn't really matter. Still make it feel nice. It's going to explore. Gently release the leg. The same leg that was crossing is going to lift up towards the ceiling. Other leg can then flatten along the ground or keep the knee bent, your choice. Take hold behind the back of the thigh, just to hold it in a little, and then flex and point the foot. I'm going to do 5 of those, and then circle the foot 3 times in each direction. And then find a stretch in your hamstring. So everyone's stretch here is going to be different, and you may want to change this to having a bent leg if it feels restrictive. Then soften the knee as well, so you try not to lock them out. And you can then relax the foot as well if it feels like your calf is preventing you from going a little bit deeper. So wherever your hands are resting, we're going to push the leg into the hand until you find a little activation across the whole of the back of the leg, maybe even to the calf as well as the hamstring, but we'll mostly focus on the hamstring. As if you're trying to do this action and bring the leg down towards the ground. Relax that contraction, pull the leg in a little bit closer to you. So here, let's go again. So kick the leg into the hands. As you do that, you might notice the front of your quad contracting, which helps to straighten behind the knee at the same time. Gently release that contraction so you can find a little bit more range in the whole of your hamstring. And then go again one more time. Now this time, as you're pushing your leg into your hands, pull the leg towards your torso a bit more. You gently relax. Place the foot down. Then we're going to roll it over to the opposite side, rolling over onto that side completely. Create a little pillow underneath your head with your arm. And then the top arm is going to open all the way around to the other side of the mat and back again. So again, focusing on keeping the stillness in the lower body and the space. Oh, there was a nice big crack then, but you probably didn't hear that. 5 times in total. Just allow gravity to work a little bit here on this side. So relaxing into it. After the 5th one, you're then going to move the hand rounds to that ankle. Find the foot, find the quad stretch. So here, find the stretch through your thigh, first of all, by squeezing the heel towards the bum. And then slowly draw the leg back. And that's going to get your rectus femoris, one of your quads, which attaches to the hip and the knee. That stretch as well. Otherwise, it's just stretching the 3 that are underneath that one, which are only attached to the knee. If you feel any stress in your kneecap at all, loosen that angle between the heel of your foot and your bum. You can still get a good stretch in your quad without having such an, I think I'm going to say acute angle. I think that's the right word. Behind the knee. Cool, let's flow. Draw the knee up in front of the body. As you do, pull the belly in, lift the knees close to the chest as you can, keeping your glute stretching. Slide the hand down, take the knee behind. Again, keeping the knees close if that works for you. If not, take the knee round a little wider, which I'll do now. You don't even have to find the ankle if you don't wish. You can just hold any part of the shin, and that still has that same effect. Just making sure we're not overarching the lower back here and the goes behind. So we still keep a light engagement in the abdominals. So on this one, stay behind. If you wish to, place the foot on top, guide it back a little further. So you can still do this action and even loosen the grip here if you get irritation in the knee. I actually wonder sometimes if that knee irritation might come from the calf. Just before. Kick the ankle into the hand, or the shin, or the foot, whatever you're holding. Activation to the front of the thigh. Gently release the activation. Maybe squeeze the heel into the bum a little bit closer. And then release the foot. As you roll onto your back, cross the ankle of that leg that you were just stretching across the opposite knee. Lift the foot off the floor, reach through, grab hold. Now as you find your stretch through your glute max and your piriformis here, you can have that little rock from side to side if you wish. Maybe finding the front of the shin, that a little bit more intense stretch. Lower the foot back to the ground. Lift the other leg to the ceiling. Hold onto the back of the thigh. Just relax that a little. You can always strap something around it if it feels like your legs are over here. Other leg, flat the foot or bend, your choice, and then flex the foot, so toes towards the shin and point the foot. Stretching the shin, the calf, across the top of the foot, maybe even the heel. And then circle the foot 3 times in each direction. Getting that full ankle range and mobility. And relaxing the foot now. Find your stretch in the hamstring. So what's a nice thought is to draw both of your hip bones down towards the floor, and then imagine the whole of your leg is lifting up out. Doesn't matter where you hold on to. Just try not to lock the knee out just here. And let's find that contraction, that pinner stretching, so push the leg into your hand at the same time as you're kind of lengthening it away from the hip. As you relax that contraction, so the muscular control, draw the leg closer to the chest or torso. If that feels like it's aggravating you though, don't go any further, because if you're shaking it, it feels like you're fighting it, then you're not gaining the benefit out of it. So activate again. What this does is it helps to kind of find a little bit of strength in the muscle at range of motion. Relax. Which then helps it to relax. And super clever stuff. One more time. Push. Now, as you're still pushing the leg away from you, pull it in with your hands. Relax the contraction. See if you can draw the leg in a tiny bit closer. If you start to feel any tingles anywhere in the back hole. Gently relax. Bend both knees in towards your chest. Do any kind of action that it feels like your body needs right now. Maybe do little circles with the knees. If you do in both directions, maybe you just want to stay in hard hips. Good. We're going to roll over onto hands and knees. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Inhale, upward cat. Exhale, downward cat. Round the spine, tuck the chin to the chest. Stay in your downward cat and then draw one knee under the chest. Circle it around and then lower. Inhale, upward cat. Exhale, downward cat. Hold it in downward cat. Push into the ground from the armpits. Roll the other knee into the chest. Circle it round. Land. Inhale, upward cat. So that's the little flow. Exhale, downward cat. Holding downward cat. Knee to chest. Circle round. Breathe in. Breathe out. Relax the breathing as you circle the knee. Now come back into a neutral position once you've done both sides, an even amount. And then holding that neutral spine this time, you're going to circle the leg around and take the foot towards the opposite shoulder, circle it back where you came from and down. Same leg. So underneath, round to the back, round to the side and under. Always like lifting the hip of that lifted leg up and round whilst maintaining stillness and stability on that other side. Let's do one more. Return it back and then switch sides. Under, circle round, round and circle under. You might notice that it's a little bit easier to do it on one side more than the other without twisting and rotating the torso. Coming back to the center, inhale, upward cat, exhale. Downward cat. a few times this time, but then feeling free to roam around in your cat. Letting your body get what it needs. Oh, it's starting to get really hot in here already. Then find child's pose. Knees wide, feet together, reach the arms out on the floor. Eye gaze to fingertips. As you inhale, pull yourself forwards. Either cobra or up the dog if you feel ready. Exhale back into child's pose. So this we're going to do a few times. So go at your own pace. Breathing in, find lift through the front of the chest. Breathing out, push down through the shins, through the hands to feel that grounded sensation. Breathing in, breathing out. After your next cobra or upward dog, find downward dog. And then when you're there, just explore it again. Feel free to move around. You can pedal the feet up and down. You can turn. You can circle the shoulders. Whatever feels nice. Then breathing into plank, bringing the shoulders over the wrist. Either stay on the toes or drop to the knees. Exhale. Lower chest down, breathing in again, cobra or upward dog, thighs lift if you're an upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale. If you keep your knees off the floor, squeeze the thighs, feel strong throughout. Then inhaling, drag your feet forwards as you bring your chest up. Exhale. Push the ground away. Every movement is mindful and purposeful. Nicely done. Come right into the edge of every part of every movement. We don't stay still, we constantly move. When you're next in downward dog, stay. Right leg rises to three-legged dog. Bend the knee, draw the foot forwards. Place the foot underneath your shoulder, so quite narrow. You may want to move your hand out of the way first. So slightly inside the foot. Drop the back knee and reach the arms up. As you do, you can untuck the foot or keep it tucked, doesn't matter. But pull both of your hip bones upwards and press your bum forward so we get that opening through that hip and quad. Hands down, step back, downward dog. Left leg rises on the inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, draw the knee underneath the body, step forwards. Again, you can always take your foot wider if that works better for your body. Drop the knee, breathing in. Breathing out. Hands down on the inhale. Step back and downward dog on the exhale. Right leg, so feel free to flow at your own pace. Lift out of the hip, push the foot to the ceiling. Bend the knee, bring the foot forwards between your hands. If it doesn't quite get there, don't worry, pick it up, slide it forwards until the knee is over the ankle. Drop the knee to the floor, inhale. Exhale, feel free to make the arms a little wider. Just make it feel comfortable. Hands down on the inhale, pull the belly in, lift the knee, exhale, step back, down dog. Left leg. Underneath. A lot of the control here comes from lifting the abdominals on the way through. Not allowing the abdominals to relax when you're in your lunge. So always keep them lifting from your pubic bone up to your belly button, from your belly button up to your rib cage. If you wish to, don't drop the back knee to the floor, but soften it, bend it as you come up into your lunge. So you decide. Once you've done both sides equally, go back into child's pose and down dog again, or child's pose. So if you want something stronger, down dog. If you want to rest, child's pose. Take a few breaths here. Maybe still exploring the position. Maybe trying to pull your shoulders towards the armpits more. Or rather, actually, your armpits towards your shoulders. If you're in child's pose, striking cobra to upward dog. If you're in downward dog, come to plank and lower. And then everyone into downward dog afterwards. At the top, lift your right leg up, draw the knee in towards your chest first. Then we're going to circle the leg up and round towards the opposite side, and then round and back the way it came. So knee under the chest, round, over to the other side, round to the other side, back underneath the body, and then you can lift back up into three-legged dog. So knee underneath, circle the leg round, circle it back, then lift up into three-legged dog. If you'd rather do this on the knees like we did before and straighten the leg at the end when you can. The whole time try and focus on keeping your shoulders square to the floor. After this next one, land the foot, downward dog, then inhale plank, exhale lower, inhale upward dog, exhale child's pose. Then just take some of the weight out of your hands for a moment. And turning the palms upwards. Maybe then resting on your forearms. All right, reach your arms forwards, eye gaze to fingertips, striking cobra on the inhale. Now you can make your elbows wider here if it's a struggle, but try and open the chest as you come through. Down dog on the exhale. This time left leg, lift the leg up, bend the knee, draw it underneath, circle it around to the opposite side, return it back underneath, and then lift the leg into three-legged dog. Focus on your standing leg. Try not to let it move either, so the knee is going to face the center, or straight forward, right? So it stays level with the center of your foot. Keep your belly tight. Let's do one more. Then lower the foot down to the floor. Inhale to plank or go straight to child's pose. Exhale, keep the elbows squeezed into your sides as you lower. Inhaling up the dog, exhaling child's pose. And again, you can either just turn your palms to face upwards here and to take some of the weight out of your hands. Or if you feel like your wrists need a stretch, Sit back onto your heels. And then fingertips onto the floor, wrists away from you. And then to make it less intense, we shuffle the shoulders forwards a little bit to make it more intense than that. So I can't stop moving on. It just instantly starting to like sway side to side. So feel free to explore it again. Find any kind of movement that works for you. Maybe even just circling the shoulders. And turn the hands out to the fingertips, pointing out, sway side to side. And then wrists turn away, fingertips towards you. Cool, child's pose. Eyes to fingertips, striking cobra, grip the ground, pull yourself through, drag your weight forwards, drop the knees to the floor, down the cat. Now if you need to here, you can walk your hands in a little bit so they're underneath your shoulders for stability. So this time, knee comes underneath, we circle round, take the opposite hand round and try and find the foot. So here, tiger pose. It's a gentle back bend, so we're going to lift the chest a little. Squeeze the bum. If you can't reach your foot or it feels really unstable with one hand off, you can keep the other hand to the floor, that's all good. Okay, take it back round, swap sides. Knee comes underneath, circle round, opposite hand lifts off the floor, take hold of the foot. Then once you've got the foot, put the foot into the hand, lift the chest and eye gaze forwards, draw the shoulder blades back. So much to think about, isn't it? Gently release. Other side, knee underneath, circle round, circle the arm round, find the foot, lift the chest. Now here, just imagine you're trying to pull the chest away from your hips, so we keep as much length in the lower back as possible. Gently release. Other side, knee underneath, circle round, take the foot round, hand it off. If you wish for a little bit more of a stability challenge, give me something just now, just a sec. But try and lift the other hand off the foot. No, I'm joking. Don't try that. No, sorry. Okay, release. This time, arm and leg lift off at the same time, round. Might even feel nicer. So you're going to lift a little bit higher, it's almost like you're pushing the ground away. Gently release. One more time. Other side. Find the edge. Awesome. Release. But to heels, child's pose. Feel free to take your knees a little wider if you wish. Maybe have a little rock from side to side. Striking cobra, coming forward, breathing in. Cat, as you breathe out, shift back to child's pose. Keep pulling the belly in, tucking the tailbone. Striking cobra into upward dog. On the inhale, pull the shoulders back more. Exhale, pull the belly in around that cat into child's pose. And same thing again. Light and fluid. Free in the open, round, push back. One more time. This time you're going to go into downward dog. Right leg lifts to three-legged dog. Bend the knee, draw it underneath, knee to chest. Circle the leg round to the opposite side, still in your downward dog. Come through underneath again. This time take the legs square with the hips square up to the ceiling. Step through to lunge as you inhale. Knee down or knee up, your choice. High lunge. Nice, hands down to the floor. This time, pyramid. We've got quite a wide stance, so keep lifting your back heel off the floor. If you wish to, hands to shin or thigh. Just press down a little bit more through the inner edge of that front foot. And focus on lengthening the hamstring of the right foot. If you wish to, step the back foot in a little bit more if that works for you, go for it. See if you can bring your chest closer to the thigh, just by scooping the belly underneath the rib cage more. Nice, I'm loving how square everyone's hips looking. Amazing. Bending the front knee, shift forwards, feet to next to one another, either hip distance apart or directly together and fold. Weight stays over the centre of the foot. Then the knees roll up to stand. Inhale, take the arms up overhead. Exhale, knees bend and fold. So a little hinge at the hip, tip the pelvis towards the floor. Rise again, breathing in. If you wish to, find a gentle back bend by lifting high out of the hips and back. Exhale, forward fold. Keep flowing, breathing in, lift and open. Breathing out. This time, stay at the top. It's going to face you. You're going to take your right hand to the right foot. Then you can stay hit. Sorry, I've just got a hair to do in my face. You can stay here or kick the leg into the hand for dancer's pose. If you're in dancer's pose, keep the hips square to the floor. Keep the belly lifted so we maintain as much length in the lower back as we can. Gently release, place the foot down. Other side, find the foot. Inhale. Exhale. Kick the leg back. Gently release, swap legs. Draw the knee in. Circle the leg round. This time find the foot with the opposite hand. Reach that arm forwards. If that feels too much, keep the knee down a little bit and the thighs closer together. So you just explore what feels right for your body. Gently release. Inhale, lift your left knee into your chest. At the same time, keep drawing up through the body, especially on the outside of the left hip. Circle the leg around, take the foot behind, try and find it with the opposite foot. Reach the left arm forwards. Gently release. Again, swap sides, right knee. So just one more time on each side. Pressing down through all four corners of the foot so as they're grounded and anchored through the left side of the body. Open the leg around, pass it. Reach the arm forwards, kick the leg back and up. Amazing. If you don't find the foot, it doesn't matter. Gently release. Other side, inhale, draw the knee in. Push down through the heel of the standing leg at the same time. Open, pass it round, reach. Gently release. Inhale, extended mountain pose or back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Step or jump back into plank. Breathe in, breathe out and lower. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. When you're in downward dog, draw the left knee underneath you, lift it up to three-legged dog.
Draw the knee underneath, circle it around to the opposite side, feel the hip expand and open, circle the leg back underneath, reach the leg up with three-legged dog. Step the foot forwards, place the foot between the hands, lunge, knee up or knee down. Feel free to bend the back knee as much as you need. Isn't that feel nice? Good, hands down. Pyramid, slide the hip back and up. Adjust your position to how you want it to feel. Maybe step the back foot in or just stay on the ball of that foot. Maybe roll into the outer edge of the heel more of the front foot without letting the ball of the foot lift off and lose contact. Feel the back leg thigh rolling in. Can you find your most intense hamstring stretch right now without it causing your leg to shake? So a calm, intense stretch. Bend the knee, step forwards into forward fold. Relax the neck, relax the shoulders. Pull the belly up towards the ceiling and then roll up to stand, breathing in. Arms reach up overhead, back bend or not, your choice. Breathing out, fold. Breathing in, roll up and stand. Breathe out and fold. One more. This time when you're at the top, then take hold of your right knee, lift it up. Feel free to tap it down anytime you wish. Circle the leg round. Feel free, maybe this time, if you struggle to find the foot, you can always just find it in the same hand for dancers or pass it into the opposite hand. For a slightly twisted dancers, gently release, breathing in, lift the left knee. Breathing out, circle it around. Maybe find the foot or not. Your choice. If you choose not to hold your foot, kick the foot up as if you're trying to bring it to the opposite shoulder. Gently release. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Awesome. Exhale, forward fold. Step or jump back to plank on the inhale. Feel free to go to child's pose if you wish, or flow. Exhale, lower. Inhale, expand the chest. Exhale, everyone, child's pose. Eye gaze to the fingertips. Draw your chest forwards between the arms. Find your upward dog, and this time you're just going to lay down on your front. And then roll over onto one side. So I'm going to use the term, actually no, that's going to be awkward. I'm going to use right left. So if you're laying on your right side, so maybe just roll on your right side, it'll probably be easier. Okay, so you're going to bend the right knee as if you're bringing the heel towards the bum, and then try and find the foot with the left hand. So again, we get into that hip stretch. If this already feels like it's going to be a little bit tough, we're going into cat's tail, by the way. You can always do this on the forearm instead. The other leg is going to reach forwards in front of you. So you've got the quad stretch on the bottom leg, other leg lengthens. You can bend your knee here or have your leg completely straight. It's entirely up to you. And then your left shoulder is going to reach down onto the floor. So it's a twist combined with a quad stretch. And maybe a hamstring stretch if your leg is long. If you can find the toes or wrap something around the foot so you can get that stretch in your hamstring, that's always another option. If you find your left shoulder is lifting off the floor, you're welcome to fill the space with a cushion to make it feel more comfortable. So yeah, cat's tail. If you're not holding the foot, feel free to place your hand anywhere else along that edge of your body. The more rotation in your neck, turn your eyes to look down to the left side. Take one more breath here. Almost feels too good to move, doesn't it? Maybe transition over to the other side. So letting the top leg go first, letting go with the foot of the bottom leg. Rolling over onto your left side. Taking hold of the left ankle with the right hand. Stretching the right leg across to the left side. And then rolling your right shoulder then down towards the floor. Taking hold of any part of your leg with the left hand. Just to help you find that place where you can melt into it a little bit more. The most important thing is to find a comfortable place. If none of the adjustments I've mentioned work for you, find something that does work for you. Taking that quick scan of your body from head to toe like you did at the beginning. Is there anywhere that you can let go of in your body now? Taking one last breath here. And as you unravel, just let go of where you're holding. Let the legs reach out and roll onto your back, or any other position that works for you. And then just take a moment where your body is reaching out onto the floor, if it is possible. Just so you can feel the full effect. You feel all those sensations as a result of all of the movement and all of the stretching that you've done tonight, all of the strength work. You can feel the warmth of the muscles with a little vibration through them. If you need then to roll into a position which is more comfortable, then go there at any point. Follow the rhythm of your breath. There's no need to change it, there's no need to alter it, it's part of you. Take a really deep and energizing breath into your body. Feel complete appreciation for your body as you let the breath go. And every breath after that, Make any gentle movements that you can, or that your body feels like it needs right now to reawaken. And then in your own time, in your own way, sit yourself back up.